this might just be the time for those of you guys that were waiting for things to pick up in the industry. Well, I can honestly say that things have started in a very, very good and positive way for 2025. So national average for freight rates right now, first 7 days of January, but they're looking really, really good. Not only from a national average perspective, currently right now sitting at $2.17 per mile, but I can honestly say from sitting in the dispatch room that things are starting to get better, both on the US side and the Canadian side. So the Canadian side, yes, we were suffering from inbound freight so far for the first 7 days. Well, technically for the first 2-3 days, we are seeing an uptick in orders, both from our direct customers and from the load boards. So more phone calls are getting into the office. We're seeing more trucks. When we're posting now trucks in Illinois and Wisconsin, we are starting to get phone calls from the brokers, not the other way around. We used to be hounding for loads, and now the brokers are slowly starting to call us into the office and trying to pre-book their shipments. What does this mean? Manufacturing plants out there, you need to hold on to your carriers. Things are going to change, and they're going to be changing real quick. For you company drivers out there, what does this mean? This means less layovers, less waiting time. This means no delays between loads. So this is great news. You're going to get offloaded, and then right away you will already have your dispatch for your inbound freight. So that's great for all drivers out there. So quickly in the reefer division, obviously it's January, it's freezing out there, and a lot of people are requesting for Protect from Freeze service. That's why you're seeing a spike in the reefer rates. So currently right now in January, we're at $2.57 as a national average. You can see the difference between December and January, a whole 10 cents. Now, same thing in the van division. It increased from $2.11 per mile up to $2.17 per mile, but I actually feel like that number is going to be going up a little bit more. Now, national average for fuel, $3.56 per gallon. What does this actually mean in your pay? So if you're an owner operator, or if you have your own authorities and you're dispatching yourself. So when we look at a driver's pay, this is a full month. Usually long haul truck drivers do about 11,000 miles per month. And now the national average is $2.17 per mile. This gives us a total of $23,870. Fuel, based on the national average for fuel and 7.5 miles per gallon, we are talking about 11,000 miles. We're talking about $5,221 in a fuel expense. We have tolls and bridges, approximately $400, an accident insurance, $135, registration, $166. Dispatch service here, usually I took 6% for dispatch service. This might be a great time to start using a dispatch service because you might be able to demand a lot more from them. If you need a dispatch service, I have a link below that will go to multiple companies that would be able to help you guys out. So the owner operator nets $16,515. Obviously, don't forget there are more fees on top of this, like the truck, like the trailer, and like the insurance. But the great thing is that this is going in the right direction, and there's going to be a bigger gap now between company drivers and owner operators, where owner operators are going to be able to start affording those repair bills. They're going to start affording fuel. So when did I know that things were turning around? Was on Thanksgiving. Usually in Thanksgiving, my trucks are stranded. I would say every single year over the past 18 years, we would have at least about 4 or 5 trucks that were stranded in the US that couldn't get home. This time in Thanksgiving in 2024 November, it was the first Thanksgiving ever that every single one of my trucks were covered on the way back home. This is the time if you're thinking of getting into the industry. This is the time if you're thinking to upgrade to become an owner operator. This is the time if you're thinking of buying that truck. This is the time if you're thinking of taking that dispatch course, start dispatching yourself and becoming an owner operator. This is the time for it. It looks like it. Make sure you are a subscriber to this channel. I'll keep you posted on what's happening in the market. I'm Ronan, and I'll catch you in the next one.